The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first onstage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first onstage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa.
by virtues of powers vested in me as the Principal and Vice Chancellor, I constitute this a gathering of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we request you to join us in silent prayers, meditations, and affirmations to give thanks for the accomplishments that are being celebrated in this event. Can we just have a moment of silence? Thank you. You may be seated. I apologize. Good morning. Ooh, it's still morning, colleagues. Good morning. Yes, I can understand we're in graduations and we are happy. Greetings is the expression of the appreciation of your being and well-being and the celebrations we are having. So I'm truly elated that at least you're looking forward to these graduations. Good morning. You see, I like that. Tovela, Sanbonan, Abshen, Molweni, Lochani, Nimatekwan, Assalamu alaikum, Jambo. Thank you very much. I needed to find out whether we were still in this, in the spirit of graduations. Khotong Dumelang. Let me take this opportunity to recognize the participation of our Chancellor, His Excellency, former President Thabo Mbeki, who's attending these graduations virtually, the members of the executive management of the University of South Africa, Professor Mahanu, who's the Executive Dean of the College of Agriculture, and would have been the acting officiating this morning. Let me also recognize Mr. Mutebele, the Vice Principal, Operations and Facilities, Mrs. Songo, on behalf of the Registrar, and from the College of Law, colleagues, I'd like to recognize Dr. A.T. Mantwa, the Acting Director, School of Law, College of Human Sciences, Professor M.S. Mwepe, Acting Executive Dean, Professor Tlabangani, College Representative, and from the College of Economic Sciences and Management, College of Economic and Management Sciences, Professor M.C. Mlauzi, School Management Sciences, Dr. I.M. Maluma, College Representative, and from the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, we have Professor R. Malatsi, who's the College Representative. And if you didn't know that we have the College of Engineering and Technology, please, we still have registrations, and you're welcome. And we have been ranked quite well in the engineering spaces. The College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Professor L. Sibadi, Director, School of Ecological and Human Sustainability. College of Education, represented by Professor M.M. Poshoko, College Representative, Dr. Tal Pala, College Representative, and College of Accounting Sciences, Dr. C.N. Chikutuma, College Representative. College of the Graduate School of Business Leadership, Professor Msweli, the Executive Dean. Let me also recognize the supervisors, especially, of our doctoral graduandees tonight, Professor R.M. Putomusi, Professor M.K. Mnisi Majanja, Professor M.M.K. Lipalala, Professor R. Machaisa, Professor Kwan Bafo, Professor Nechitangani, and as well as our own colleagues, academic staff, administrative staff, and the departments that have been central to the organizations of these graduations, which are the Department of Institutional Advancement, the Registrar's Office, the Graduation Division, and the Multimedia Center. The organist this morning, colleagues, is Mr. Eddie Davey, and we're truly appreciative of the work that he has been doing for the university. And Dr. Kay Siminger, the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, will deliver the Chancellor's address this morning. Let me take this opportunity as well to welcome Advocate Vuyo Katla, who is a former member of UNISA Council. He is accompanying Ms. Kanyisile Prudence Kosi, who will be receiving her degree in Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. We appreciate, and also accompanied by her family and friends. We really appreciate that those who would have been at the center of the governance systems of the university still find it a home to be proud of and a home to appreciate. At this point, colleagues, it is with the greatest sense of privilege that I welcome you back to the 2022 graduation ceremonies, the spring graduation ceremonies. I'm happy to inform you that as the university, we are the largest university in the country, in the continent, and amongst the largest in the world. We are responsible for 35% of the higher education system in the country. We're also responsible for the largest education college, which registers 102,000 students. We also are the university that produces a third of the accountants of this country and the continent. We contribute immensely, almost all, in all leading companies in the country, whether large, transnational, or even small. You'll find some of our students leading those transnational companies, whether banks, transnational, or intergovernmental agencies. This is an important leverage that they have from this university. We also, as a university, have 181,000 students who are supported by the National Financial Aid System. That also gives you the responsibility that this august university has in ensuring that we form intellectuals, participants in transforming the economic trajectories of our country and of the continent, and the contribution of Africa in the global knowledge systems, but also its economic, ecological, and social systems that create meaning for the world. So this is quite an important area that this university plays in the world. For all these many years, colleagues, UNISA has been a leader and a pioneer in distance quality education. We're proud to have gifted humanity this priceless and enduring gift of distance education. And I'm truly delighted to reminding you that we will be celebrating 150 years next year. UNISA is the first university in the world to offer distance education. Ke really jealous. As Africans, we should be proud of our contribution to the human knowledge and civilizations in this form. We will be the first open distance university in the world to have gone more than 150 years milestones. Others which come after us are only 50, 40 years, and they are located in Europe, Asia. They would have borrowed this model. Open University, Free University, Indira Gandhi University, amongst the examples that took after this great initiative, this great invention of South Africa in the world, and we ought not take it for granted, but to ensure that we protect it as an asset of the future that South Africa would have created. It is becoming even more meaningful to having strong open distance e-learning universities in the aftermath of COVID-19, where the digitalization system, what is popularly known as the fourth industrial revolution, has become very normative and allows us to work and study and learn and interact with each other from anywhere at any time in the world. That's one invention that we can accord to this university, which has been accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. I also want to remind us that today we have more than 1 million alumni spread across the world, making this world a better place to live in. So, colleagues, if you have aspirations to be presidents anywhere in the world, UNISA has a number of presidents it would have formed as intellectuals who are alumni of this university. If I were to give you an example, President Mandela, President Mbeki, and President Matamela. So, colleagues, being a UNISA student says your standards in public office must be the highest. And amongst the jurists that we all know, we have the Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke walked these halls as well. Our erstwhile agitator and advocate for freedom and justice and the liberation of South Africa, edging it into the democratic dispensation, Bishop Mpilo Tutu is one such alumni of this university. Justice Dennis Goldberg, who's known for fighting for liberation, but for ensuring that the law, even when people are privileged, is at the service of those who are trampled upon or those who are muted, is an alumnus of this university. If you don't know him, you have to go because you will understand the role he would have played in the liberation trajectory of South Africa. And then you have Angelina Roca's colleagues. We don't just produce presidents, public servants, transnational leaders, religious leaders. We also produce actresses. Angelique Rokas is one such. Yvonne Machaka is another. We produce vice-chancellors. The former vice-chancellor of the University of Cape Town, but also an executive of the World Bank, Professor Mampele Rampele, is also an alumnus of this university. So your dreams, colleagues, must be as high as the best we would have told you about, including many of colleagues here sitting in front. I think they deserve a round of applause because they set the bar high for you. One other thing that you don't know, we don't just create the strongest leading and governing leaders of countries. We also create political party opposition parties. You'd know that the DA opposition party leader were produced by this university, as well as the the hot EFF, they also were produced in this university. The reason why I'm giving you these examples, colleagues, is to realize that universities are sites of knowledge where the contestations of ideas, the research, the development, engaged scholarship, and the idea of forming leaders who shape society is an important idea. We don't create you as a monolith. We create you in the diversities that you have to participate in the disciplines that are different, in order that the different and beautiful flowers, the trees, the rivers, when they meet together, they make life more meaningful, more beautiful. The aesthetics, philosophies, and knowledge systems coalesce in order to ensure that the world becomes a beautiful place. So this is why we are proud that we have not just produced the singular, monolithic, or one-directional students, but our graduates participate in the varied specters of life. I want to also assure you, colleagues, that we are proud that you did not just allow your dreams to be ephemeral and not did anything about them. You pursued your dreams. You ensured that at this day you are graduating precisely because of those dreams that you would have nurtured, and we are truly appreciative that you never gave up, even when the proctoring system was a little bit hard for you, or when your essay would not have been marked as high as you would have wanted, because your professors paid clear attention to ensuring that as you graduate today, you're proud of the quality of the support you would have received in this university. We take your graduation as a sacred moment, as a celebration that you should take seriously, because it marks the opportunities that are available for you in life. We recognize as the university that we have done our best within the core mandate of the academic project of teaching, engaged scholarship, and research. And we recognize as a university that there are many improvements that we are registering. Sometimes you might have been quite disappointed with us because our systems at some point may not have been as strong as we would have wanted, and we listen to you and are doing our best to ensuring that those areas that might have given you one or two gray hairs, that you can try to believe that they are being sorted out, and that you don't have to go and go black or go blue or red to fix the hair, but to know that we're doing something about it. Let me give you a little bit about UNISA, and I'll do so in 2 minutes, colleagues, so that we can start also the other activities. In the United States News and World Report that was published in 2022, reporting on the best global university rankings, including multiplicities of universities and those in South Africa, I'm truly appreciative that the University of South Africa was included as top among the 10 that are best in South Africa and in the global arena, registering among the top 900 world. And colleagues, there are more than 100,000 universities in the world. To be in the top 900 is something beautiful that we as Africans must celebrate. Then, colleagues, it's also important that in the other rankings, we have moved from being 921 in 2021 to 851 in 2022 in the best global rankings, and that's an improvement. I also shared with colleagues that when I joined the University of South Africa, the 2020 rankings of Times Higher rankings, especially on the global impact, had given us or registered in 801 category. And I'm truly appreciative that in 2022, the University of South Africa is placed in 401 category in the global impact and research, and we are proud of such an improvement. It's a excuse me, colleagues. In 2020, we were in the 801 category in the list. In 2022, we are in the 400 category. That's a leap. Finally, colleagues, the initiator in the world around university rankings is the Shanghai Academic Rankings of World Universities. Many of us do not know that the Shanghai World Rankings were the first rankings. And I am truly elated that in 2020 and 2019, in the Shanghai rankings, the University of South Africa ranked in 12 and 13. And in 2022, colleagues, in the outcomes that were shared just last month, we are ranking top 8. What this implies, colleagues, is that these academics, the administrative staff of the university, as well as the professional staff, alongside with you as our students, have heard our call that this asset must become an asset, and all of us must put our hands on deck in order that this university becomes an asset for the future that will serve society for the best. You're welcome to the universities, to the University of the Land, the universities of leaders, the university that invites all to the table of knowledge and learning, no matter whether you are 20 or 17 or you are 80 years old. You're welcome to register. Registration is still open. Welcome. And our fees are the cheapest in the sector, colleagues. So there's no reason not to study. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our welcome and for feeling at home. At this point, may I please request Professor Dr. Semenya to deliver the Chancellor's address. Dr. Semenya, you're welcome to the podium. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Vice Principals, School Directors, Chairs of Departments, families, friends, and most importantly, our people, graduates. Good morning. It is with a great pleasure and honor for me to stand here and deliver the Chancellor's address in hard work and determination of our students. I am certain that each and every one of you will be proud of the degree you are about to receive, a reward you will cherish forever and treasure for the rest of your life. When the request came through to prepare a message of encouragement for you, I asked myself, how do I start to motivate you when you are graduating in an era where South Africa's unemployment rate is in the highest it has ever been? Our country's economy, I can even say the whole continent's economy, is stagnating. A qualification can no longer be perceived to be a passport to a good job with decent salary, or opening the way to a better life for you and your families. This was also supported by an article that I came through that was titled "The Hopelessness of Finding a Job in South Africa, even if you have a degree." This article indicated that 80% of unemployed South Africans have some sort of secondary schooling or have completed a matric, while 10% of those have a tertiary qualification. But I got happy when I remembered that it is actually not about the qualification. It is about the experiences, the determination, the resiliency, the bravery that you have built during your years at UNISA. You have attained the skills required to join the elite, the people that the society rightfully looks to for leadership and for solutions to many problems that we are facing as a community. You will be entering the job market. Show the same resilience you have shown through your years here at UNISA. When an opportunity comes, please embrace it and grab it with both hands. Remember, you are not only representing yourselves out there, but all the multitudes of current UNISA students. Prepare the way for all the prospective job seekers. We are not short of challenges in this country. We are faced with continuous load shedding, the inflation is rising, the interest rates that are rising as well, climate change, crime that is due to high employment rate, and the less resources that we have to cater for everyone in the country. We still have families living in poverty, and this can no longer be blamed on our past regime, but the policies that we have today. I therefore call you, graduates, to make a difference. The challenges will not solve themselves. I encourage you to be innovative in your approach and think out of the box. Let's not only seek for employment, but use our entrepreneurial instincts to solve the challenges we are facing. The COVID-19 pandemic taught us that we can innovate and adjust to extreme challenges. We therefore call upon you because you have demonstrated your resiliency by surviving the challenges that were brought by distance online learning, COVID-19 pandemic, Turnitin, Moodle, Invigilator app, and load shedding. We're just not running short of challenges. You have the abilities to navigate your way in society, respond to opportunities to work and earn, and to adapt in an uncertain world. You have an opportunity to use your skills and qualifications. Some of you will go on to be leaders in the field from which you are graduating today, and others will end up in a different path altogether. Whichever way you choose, what you have learned and the skills you have gained during your courses at your studies will benefit you. Remember to remain humble. Humility goes a long way. Good attitude is everything. Your qualifications will earn you jobs, but bad attitude will destroy all the hard work. In conclusion, I wish to congratulate and extend my best wishes to all of you graduating today. I am certain that you will go out there and serve the communities with dignity, respect, and the highest level of professionalism. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Semenya, for reminding colleagues that your graduation, your certificate, is not only the opportunity for you to pursuing the opportunities available in the world, but it must be accompanied, as Martin Luther King and our former president Mandela would have said, a good character and qualifications go a long way. And we wish you that this certificate that you would be receiving is not going to separate you from society, your family, and their aspirations for a better world. These are not my words, just a summation of what Dr. Semenya would have shared with you. May I please request a round of applause for such pearls of wisdom. Thank you very much, Dr. Semenya. That was really a worthwhile input. Ladies and gentlemen, before we confer the degrees and diplomas on the candidates whose names are listed in our program, may I kindly request you not to leave the graduation hall. It makes the event beautiful, dignified, and something in the history of this university, but also of your family members, they will cherish. May I also request you that if you have a phone, we request you not to put it off, because we understand that it might be your place of work or your business, or you're trying to coordinate something with your family. What we request you to do, though, is to switch the volume off so that it doesn't disturb the deliberations and the work today. If we are agreeable, we are also celebrating the completion of the studies in the continent of Africa, not in Latin America or Europe or even North America. So we know that we have ways of celebrating as Africans. All we request is that give each student a chance to be celebrated by their family. Don't hoard, share. Ladies and gentlemen, by virtues of the powers entrusted to me as the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of South Africa, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program, and I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me. Thank you.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Amaha Haile Abebe for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Professor R.M. Musi Petwe, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
Congratulations. In his thesis entitled, "A Strategy to Improve Quality of Obstetric and Newborn Care in Ethiopian Health Centers," he investigated the quality of obstetric and newborn care in Ethiopian health centers. He reveals that none of the health centers meet the quality care threshold for emotional support during labor and delivery, owing to high workload and job dissatisfaction among caregivers. The study makes a valuable contribution to the body of knowledge in the field of public health by proposing a mother-baby pair quality improvement strategy in the health centers of Ethiopia for better birth outcomes.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Amaha Haile Abebe the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of philosophy on Dr. Abebe. Congratulations. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Gloria Bosomtwi Amo for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate supervisor was Professor M.K. Mnishimajanja, and it is now my privilege to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In her thesis entitled Towards an Integrated Performance Management System for University Libraries in Ghana, she investigates the performance management in Ghanaian university libraries by auditing key performance indicators, reviewing the performance management systems and practices, determining the factors that influence staff performance, investigating how the fourth industrial revolution has affected performance, and exploring strategies for improving performance management and staff performance in university libraries. She proposes an innovative framework for achieving an integrated performance management system for Canadian university libraries. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Gloria Bosomtwi Amo the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Gloria Bosomtwi Amo Akwamba. Congratulations.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Morungwa Adolfina Choshi for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request her supervisor, Professor M.M.K. Lepalala, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In her thesis entitled Integrating Project-Based Learning and Mobile Technology to Enhance First-Year Students' Writing in English Second Language Context, a case study of a university in South Africa, she investigates how the integration of project-based learning and mobile technology can enhance the academic writing skills of first-year university students. Data was collected through focus group discussions, documents and observations, and analyzed by means of qualitative techniques. Underpinned by the online collaborative learning theory, this study constitutes an original and valuable contribution towards the teaching of student writing at university level using technology.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Morungwa Adolfina Choshi the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Morungwa Adolfina Choshi. Congratulations.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Chloe Margaret Mulema for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate supervisor was Prof. Queen Buffo, and it is my privilege to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In her thesis entitled, The Role of Adult and Community Education and Training in Equipping the Youth with Employment Skills, the case study of Mashashani Maraba of Limpopo. She thoroughly investigates the effort of community colleges in empowering unemployed youth in rural communities to become job creators. Using qualitative research methods, she identifies the lack of qualified educators, material resources, poor curriculum, and poor condition of service as the major hindrances to community colleges achieving their goals, and make suggestions for the improvement of the situation. The study makes a vulnerable contribution to the community education and training sector by unearthing the main challenges that needs to be addressed for the community colleges to be effective in skills training for job creation. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Tlo Margaret Molema the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Madam Vice Chancellor, Tlo Margaret Molema is one of our colleagues in College of Education.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Tlo Margaret Molema. Congratulations.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Master of Education. Mufuna Aaron Maboka Chaba. Sipopo Linas Sipopo. Sianokeng Lydia Takalekwala.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Constance Nzamaing Ringani received the degree of Master of Arts. Madam Vice Chancellor, Moloto Tlenda Makate receives the degree of Master of Information Science. Madam Vice Chancellor, Dibusing Susan Kunwani receives the degree of Master of Social Work.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Latoya Miranda Mtimonye receives the degree of Master of Science. The degree was obtained with distinction.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Laws. Apollos Tumokumo Shimakeleni. Mukhetwa Mabada. Nombuyekelo Madolo. Wendy Bongekile Juanita Masangali. Komani Edward Mukhashwa. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Arts. Pumzile Angel Jorge. Joyce Nkata Mafa. Tsilidzi Tiafula.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Business Administration. Nomathemba Cynthia Mhlongo. Sibongile Phumzile Vilakazi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Anzani Catherine Madala receives the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Madam Vice Chancellor, Lufono Asnati Nechudelu receives the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Mapula Maria Masere receives the degree of Bachelor of Theology Honours. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Millet Ulet Lubisi. Tinyiko Esther Mangani. Musiwa Walter Rapala.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Nishal Bayrou. Michael Dabula Dimba. Yolanda Kuilambe. Rogers Chepo Lilengwa. Patuchezo Marore. Komoto Pamela Matelela. Halalelo Desire Modise. Komoto Motuba. Ditolo Koti Mzulwini. Dedre Picard. Cynthia Zetu Shabangu.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Velapi Ncube received the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Maki Maria Dlamini. Tutuzile Gama. Lutendo Ignatius Makatu. Nhlanhla Rejoice Malabela. Pascalina Bantijang Muremedi. Thandeka Mchando. Noluthando Purity Mdluli. Lutendo Carol Nepibidi. Diane Elizabeth Noval. Sbongile Hilda Piri. Nondlela Hesi Tibakwana. Stembile Nomtandazo Butelezi. Ntomfuthi Chauke. Tamari Chikwature. Bongiwe Standiwe Dlamini. Nogwazi Precious Dumani. Dylan Engelbrecht. Nolene Tasha Kass. Titelo Vivian Kekana. Tsenulo Rachel Litselebe. Ntabiseng Madiba. Sheila Mahambani. Nombuso Millicent Malinga. Chiliro Francina Malicha. Tshegofatso Manamela. Nomalungelo Confidence Masanabo. Raisecha Immaculate Mashala. Makwena Goodness Lina Mashilo. Maliboro Teresa Masinga. Maditsila Ana Matseka. Kholofelo Tlhorisanang Catherine Murudu. Nurse Precious Mota. Lungelo Ntombizodwa Innocentia Msibi. Thobeka Nokukhanya Ndlovu. Lungile Felicia Ngema. Deborah Ngobeni. Ntombenhle Nhlapo, Madam Vice Chancellor, degree obtained with distinction. Ntabiseng Nkadimeng. Portia Nomvula Nkadimeng. Stembele Londeka Nkosi. Nokthula Ntuli. Queen Palisa Phake. Kolobo Ifedia Siema, Madam Vice Chancellor, degree obtained with distinction. Ika Leonette Smith. Juliet Sumbani. Khalaletsang Thaga. Kelecho Tamaga. Nozipho Shabalala. Azwinangwiwi Tabuse. Janine Nicole van Zyl. Mbali Precious Masego. Gugulethu Ndaba.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Ntangeni Isha Nechifurani receives the degree of Bachelor of Administration. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Kayale Tugwala. Heather Dolores Hardy. Veronica Francina Giane. Angela Matela Makombo. Calvin Jauge Lomoremi. Berry J. Nell. Charles Nkomo. Biseka Gladys Itumeleng Pule. Nobuhle Hadebe. Mapolokwane Elizabeth Ramalepe. Irene Sijake, degree obtained with distinction. Slindile Smangele Petunia Shinga. Kathleen Sandra Wihe. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Nabila Ahmed. Kolofelo Doris Madisha. Millicent Manuma. Duduetsang Amanda Mohotsi. Ritabile Hope Mohlokwane. Ronika Dewa, degree obtained with distinction. Mary Verena Ntombem Tle Dlamini. Asanda Magayana. Brenda Dudu Mahlangu. Janine Sandy Majerski. Irene Nomsa Malobola. Joel Maniaki. Malapa Pesi Mashishi. Nontokozo Nombulelo Mkize. Abigail Owakeng Mohajane. Chanel Nicole Moodley. Nkele Ikwana Mpye. Spelele Innocentia Mtembu. Nombuso Ntombi futhi Mtshali. Rufuno Mraudzi. Gift Nkata. Alex Chukudu Tumelo Nyaman. Christina Ugele Ubobo. Denise Aldewage, degree obtained with distinction. Annalyn Crystal Peters. Leandre Potgieter. Nokulunga Mkondeleli Rabinda. Unalenna Molemi Joseph Sechedi. Zora Bibi Sheikh. Moemeledi Hill Junes Kosana. Wontle Machidiso Chakuma. Tabiso Zondo.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Mpochuma Deg Lawrence Kutsi. Dipuo Julia Dlamini. Gustav Hoy. Ludwig Johannes Janse van Rensberg. Kolofelo Mahlako Kachedi. Bekinkosi Harold Kuzwayo. Lehlohonolo Nicholas Masinga. Kanyis Kanyisile Prudence Ngosi. Sipokazi Sandlana. Zandile Charlotte Sibande. Nomanxisa Nonsukumo Singise.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Sindiwe Dube. Sianda Gamata. Melania Hapa. Winnie Khosa. Rosina Mukadi Lukezi. Thandeka Precious Madiba. Katlego Maditlhaba. Ke ba rileng Agnes Maile. Leseho Lebohang Thobile Makwenkwe. Atlet Maposa. Precious Makalatiba Masemula. Deborah Maune. Offense Malfonia Mnisi. Sibusiso Kwanda Mtungwa. Mpho David Mohakani. Jeffrey Kagiso Mukele. Kagiso Lerato Moloi. Hubert Lloyd Pretorius. Matome Alfred Rapanyan. Mamushiani Elestina Tabudi. Neo Emelda Tau. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Bulelwa Olwetu Bolani. Thandeka Linda Dlanji. Thandimo Yahabo Makura. Sinetemba well-beloved Mukwanazi. Kamuhelo Megi Murowa. Tanganezo Patience Netianda. Jamie Scobb, degree obtained with distinction. Romeo Sefala. Retabilo Sharon Tupahai, degree obtained with distinction. Amanda Francois van Steyden, degree obtained with distinction. Ntombifuthi Ziyanele Zulu. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Gilbert Huai Bukhopane. Pulenta Tenda Chiwara. Makapailecha Ripson Makaleng. Malikutu Charity Masuma. Natali Ruby Khatamage Nyombaire.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Baccalaureus Technology. Tawang Avini Mukwena. Kenneth Masekana Muraba. Cyril Shivandekano. Mukupe Sodi.
Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Science in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Jabulwani Joel Giane. Prudence Mashabela. Matuto Mtetwa. Monei Jerida Mungazi. Caleb Maboa Oteng. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Mandombazana Caroline Mahlangu. Precious Mchemla.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Mojalifa Mukoni. Malishwane Emily Ponyani. Mary Veronica Riddles. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Nursing Science. Belinda Elizabeth Wahamakola obtained the degree with distinction. Nomvula Smelani. Busisiwe Tembani. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Mapula Claudia Mabilo. Nomatamsanga Eugenia Spele. Leloko Ada Badela. Hi, morning. Lisa Carter. Tlotliso wa Gatshwene. Mamsi Posha Malapane receives the degree with distinction. Simakaleng Mashiko wa Gamaloma. Ke lebogile Dora Mangole. Nokulunga wa Gamthweni. Palisa Silapa. Nadine Swart. Jade Van Zyl. Asanda Ngaphe. Naledi Kolisa Kubu. Msindisi Raymond Wakamfengu. Vuyelwa Amanda Gwazela. Lebohang Sibulelo Khosana. Lesego McDonald Kube. Nobantu wakwamashaya. Prudence Takalani Mashige. Pako Katlego Molefe. Lisiba Islen Wahampati. Duduzile Victoria Mpumlwana. Jabulile Confidence Wakamsomi. Tobile Johanna Ditsana Ngobo. Welcome Wakankuna. Andizwa Ntanjana. Zwanga Tutuga.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Vice Chancellor, Maupe Ariel Mushiga receives the postgraduate diploma.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Silungile Florence Mbata. Nikotia Volai Mohalaka. Amira Patel.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive a postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Hilda Obakeng Mahlatsi. Charmaine Silaule.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Sioga Muneiwa Ramanyimi received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education.
Madam Vice Chancellor, Petronella Skippers receives the national diploma.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the national diploma in the College of Science, Engineering and Technology. Wisani Austin Chauke. Edward Mpakara Sitedi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Nadi Yokensani Baloyi. Nyeleti Baloyi. Rifumo Given Vuma. Vuyo Augustine Joy. Lucy Matole. Doreen Baitepi Posa. Kichavo Felicia Sitole.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive a diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Vutivi Levas Manganye. Kutelani Judith Nelubaran. Caroline Sambo. Onkupotse Dimakatso Sileke. Tiani Sitole. Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive a national diploma. Modiso Tsile Joel Lesotho. Kauhelo Thelma Matlake. Bengu Nicholas Mashumu. Stefina Pinky Meyer Mpangane, diploma obtained with distinction. Otto Tsemele Monye. Tlontlha Vincent Mudau. Tlo Innocent Nguyana. Medupi Andris Lepe. Gundo Zeldachiskawe.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Navida Ali. Elsie Katarina D. Vinar. Raesetsa Maria Mohola. Zama Mtuli.
Colleagues, at this point, colleagues, I'd like to request a member of Management Committee of the University of South Africa, my colleague, Mr. Mutabele, to share the congratulatory message on behalf of MENCOM and the university.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Are you still awake? Yes. Okay, thanks. On behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, my name is Matsia Baba Mutebele. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and give yourselves a round of applause. Armed with these skills and knowledge, with what you have attained here today, it is now in your hands to decide what to do with what you have. Remember the saying that goes, it is not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. So again, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. While we celebrate your current academic achievements, I would like to challenge you to continue with your quest for knowledge and to discover your unique ways to contribute to our society and become the change agents. I would like to challenge you to take this enthusiasm that surrounds you this morning and afternoon and change the world for the better. We know that there's two ways. You can either change the world for the better or for the worst, but we've got trust that because you graduated from the University of South Africa, and we've got confidence that you will change the world for the better. Today's graduation, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, is important because it's the first set of graduations that are taking place after we have gone through the COVID-19 pandemic for the past 2 years. Even though we are back to the physical ceremonies, we do so under a new normal with strict adherence to the public health protocols in terms of COVID-19. We know that there's still some element of COVID-19 in our midst. As an academic institution that always strives for excellence, we take pride in training people who will go out there and shape Africa's intellectual futures in the service of humanity. Your achievement this afternoon enhance what you already are and what you can become. As such, your graduation is but an important leap, a giant leap indeed. A brighter future awaits you all. As a university, our task is to equip you with the necessary skills and knowledge to function in society. We hope the education you have received and the certificates that you received here this afternoon and morning will enhance your role, as I indicated earlier, in changing the world to a better place. On behalf of the university and the UNISA's management, we once more want to say congratulations and really enjoy this moment and go out there and change the world. At this moment, I would like to request you graduates to really thank the colleagues in front of you here who contributed to ensuring that this moment today happened. Can we give them a round of applause? Graduates, can you please stand up and give your parents, uncles, relatives a big round of applause for contributing towards this moment. Parents, relatives, can you please stand up and honor these graduates for having endured Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mutabele, for really congratulating once again our own graduates who we know and are committed, will be committed to ensuring that they don't just work to making the money, but they work to change the world for the better, as you would have requested them or impelled them to doing so. So we hope, colleagues, with the degrees and the certificates that you have, you understand that you're not only a graduate of UNISA. I've already given you examples of excellent leaders in public sector, private sector, intergovernmental sectors, at home and in the world, as well as in civil society sectors. We are hopeful that you will also, because they've really created a high bar, that you will pursue it and also continue to demonstrate the best that this university represents. So you have joined an illustrious circle of citizens of the world that want to harness knowledge and education for the better. And you do so not only for yourself, because as the alumni of the University of South Africa, we take seriously the contribution you will have to make a minute away from now as you leave this hall, that you will make for society. We also understand with the degree or diploma that you would have gained today, that you may create jobs, because as Dr. would have said earlier in the Chancellor's speech, that jobs are few, but we are many. Are we going to say because there are no jobs, the education we would have had would not allow us to being creative, finding solutions, and creating businesses and jobs that are necessary for the present and the future? We leave it to you as the student of UNISA who would have had the best critical support about thinking about the present, the future, the past, and how they interface for your own life. So we request you, colleagues, not only to being these citizens, these graduates, the alumni of the university, but to knowing in societies and in communities there could be varied needs that you can help with. One is really being an e-tutor. We know that you're the most digitally resourced individual or people in the country and in university systems, because as she was saying, you had to expose yourself to Moodle, turn it in Invigilator app, and all these technologies that many of our communities might not have experienced. And we would like you to help them not to use their devices only for Instagram or Facebook or just for photography, but to make living and livelihoods from those. So please be an e-tutor in society, but at UNISA. We also know that lifelong education is an invitation that we must take seriously. So we saw 20-year-olds and 73, 75-year-olds. There were two this morning graduating. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you. So parents, partners, spouses, friends, if you are 70 and you thought you were done, no, UNISA invites you to think anew. The colleagues have already demonstrated to us that it is possible, so we invite you. But we also, colleagues, we cannot take for granted that in this graduation, not all the graduations we would have experienced since the start of the graduation season in October. We had 5 colleagues who live with disabilities who have demonstrated to us that Our disabilities must not be limitations to pursuing our knowledge and to aspiring to being the best that we have to be. But for them to succeed, they must have the requisite support from our universities, but also from the home, because in many families, we sometimes do not give the support that is needed for our family members that live with disabilities. We at UNISA think this is an important support that is required so that none amongst us feel disadvantaged to pursuing their education. So we thank you for the support of our students who live with disabilities, who have graduated today, because universal access is very important. Can we give them a round of applause? We also know that in society, there are many prejudicial systems, whether against living on the economic margins, whether linguistic, whether based on who you are, your dignity, your sexuality, or even the place of origin from where you are coming from. And we think our university, this idea of being human, or a humanizing knowledge system, is very pivotal. And we're thankful that the idea of universal access that takes that into cognizance is also an important expression we would have witnessed at this important hall, the ZK Matthews, the Winnie Mandela Building, because they represented the pursuit for freedom with dignity and a humanizing system, environment, and knowledge. And we're thankful that you, as the members who accompanied our students, were very supportive and understood these imperatives, and we want to congratulate you. Thank you. Lastly, colleagues, we know that our students, colleagues who are graduating in diploma, you've already been asked to diploma and degree. Can you please stand up? Diplomas and degrees. Can you please stand up? Can you show your families your certificates? No. No. They didn't show you the certificates. They showed us the brown covers. The certificates, colleagues. Thank you, thank you. That's an imprint about your resilience, your tenacity, your ability to ensuring that your dreams found expression. But colleagues, that's not a destination. There's an honors and a master's that we would like you to pursue. Those who are doing honors and masters and postgraduate diploma, can you please stand? So we would like the numbers of the diploma candidates and the numbers of the degree candidates to be the numbers of the masters. You see it's going a little bit down. Let's try to make sure that it increases. So congratulations, colleagues. You are inspiring those who are doing their undergraduate studies to pursue their master's studies. You may be seated. And then, colleagues, there's these red gowns. Huh? May you please stand. Please, please. The red gowns are just a symbol of the pursuit for the highest degree that any university would offer, and we're truly elated that you never gave up. That despite of the researchers telling you that that particular theoretical articulation might not have been decolonized or relevant to the context of the continent or in comparison to other global dynamics, you still hung in and ensured that you finished your doctoral degree. We are appreciative and we congratulate you. Thank you. But colleagues, yes, it is the pinnacle of the degrees that we offer, but it would not be constructive for us sitting here to leave them there. They are now have even the biggest journeys to offer or to pursue, because I'd like them to look and to wear these gowns that you see here on the stage. Because it would have meant, therefore, you would have created new knowledges, new inventions, ideas that can harness and solve the grand challenges of the world. And we do so only when we produce knowledge, publish, and we encourage you to look at this as an important pursuit. So thank you very much for the work that you have all done, and you deserve all the best. So how many of you have traveled to all the, not yourselves, families, our students? How many of you have traveled in all the provinces of the country? So colleagues, I saw a lot of shoes sparkling, and I know that you're going to have fantastic lunch. Let us subtract from the, either the meat or the percentage beverages and travel the country so that we can compare, contrast the opportunities that are available, and we can know how to be the best as the graduates of UNISA. Thank you. How many of you have passports? Okay, it's still not the whole community. A passport costs less than 500 rands. It takes a week to have, at least in our country, and we request you to really pursuing it, because it will allow you to therefore get outside our country into the region and the continent and to use the knowledge you would have gained. How many of you have been to 2 countries outside South Africa? No, if you're from Ghana, because we have graduates from Ghana, or if you're from Ethiopia, don't raise your hand. We know that you had a passport to come here. Yeah, so I'm talking to the local students. How many of you have been outside South Africa? So you see, there's not many of us. So how do we become continental leaders if we have not taken the initiative to know the countries in the continent? So it's an invitation as a UNISA student to really be curious around the continent and around the opportunities available so that you can harness them for the best. And how many of you have been either to North America, Australia, South America, or any other continent outside South Africa, outside the continent of Africa? I see 3 hands. 8 colleagues, there's a long way to go. So I know that our students at UNISA come from all these continents. We don't just serve South Africa in the continent. It will be important, colleagues, to really invest in curiosity and wonder. For the best African philosophers have reminded us that for knowledge to be meaningful, it must not just touch us, it must touch others. And it's very important for Africa's knowledge systems, its civilizations, to also have the global imprint that Africa has in all the global arena. Finally, colleagues, I really want to congratulate you, and you can see that there's a long way for us to really ensuring we do our best so that you are the circle of excellence, the alumni of UNISA that we are proud of. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to stand up for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are in page 17 of your program. May I also request you to ensure that as you sing this anthem, you do so with the dignity that the aspirations of our society are expressed. Let me also request you that you do not sit down and you allow the procession to leave after you would have enabled me to dissolving the congregation. Please remain standing whilst the academic procession leaves the hall. Thank you. Yes, the last round of applause and the last ululations. This is the opportunity. Colleagues, were those Mkhulukwane the best that you could do after this beautiful event? Mkhulukwane again? Siyabonga. Siyabonga. By virtues of the powers entrusted to me as the Principal and Vice Chancellor of the University of South Africa, I dissolve this congregation of the university. Thank you.